We are definitely not our ancestors. And I'm not sure that's the compliment that people thought it meant. A lot of times, and at the beginning, before number 47 got back in office, and when everybody was talking about Project 2025, everybody was saying we can't go back. We're not our ancestors. We're not afraid to throw hands. We're not afraid to do that. But what if the fight is so much bigger than you physically or you individually? What if the fight never comes to you having the ability to throw hands? Because the things that we're dealing with are political, they are mental, they are strategic, and evil strategy. And we're sitting in real time watching it happen. And some of you are like stunned. Some people are like, okay, well, they can only go so far. Some people have just reverted to, I'm just going to pray, when prayer alone will not get you, because God empowers people. And some of you prayed and you voted wrong. There are so many so-called Christians that voted for this man because they had something against abortions and gay rights. Two things that are your choice that you never have to participate in, and now the very rights that you live by are in jeopardy. So you may not want to pray anymore, because I'm afraid of your prayers and I'm afraid of the Christianity that you represent. God never needed us to defend Christianity. You can stand up for your belief, and you can do that without infringing on the beliefs of others. In fact, that's the way God ordained it. He said, I would that all men would come, but he knows that they're not. So if God himself knows that, and you're trying to decide how people live, you've got to wonder, what God are you serving? Nevertheless, we are not our ancestors. Our ancestors, despite, I can't even get the words out, I get a little frustrated. Despite their lack of education, despite that they had to literally hide and give up their life to read, despite that they were not nearly as intelligent, they didn't have nearly the tools that we had, they understood the fight on every level. They knew when the fight was physical. They knew when the fight was marching. And they knew when to take it political. And some of you, with your pseudo-intellectual, non-reading, ignorant, TV watching, buy into anything, hood rich wannabes, not making a difference anywhere. Some of y'all ignorant behinds because you got some followers. You know, Ice Cube, Snoop Dogg, and all you sellouts. That's not about nothing. And I mean it just like I said it. Not about nothing. Incorrect English on purpose there. And you have the audacity to not only not vote, but to vote incorrectly, to vote irresponsibly, to just be worried about yourself. As if you can pass down a legacy to your kids, as if you can pass down something to ensure their rights, as if you can make sure that they never go to jail or they never have injustice. And you cannot guarantee that unless you fight and you're on the right side of politics. So, when you say we're not our ancestors, you better think about it. That's not the compliment you think. You don't know, because some of you, when y'all say that, you make them sound weak. Our ancestors were never weak. They were wise. And some of you that think you're strong, maybe you need to wise up. And maybe you should be the ancestors, because then we wouldn't be sitting here literally watching ourselves moonwalk back into a place that they fought to get us out. Now think on that when you say we're not the ancestors. At least they understood the assignment.